Good morning, everybody. Crafting Journey here. That Journey chick on Instagram. Check out my Instagram. I do post updates, of my works in progress, things like that. I haven't gone live on Instagram in a while. I got hair on. It's my hair on the painting. It's cold outside for like most of the country. So this is in honor of everybody that's freezing. And just a time out, um, a deadly tornado hit Alabama. And I'm very worried because I have a lot of friends in Alabama. I had Nana of Seven Crafts on the Sunday show live, and she lives just outside of Birmingham, which is where that tornado hit. Now, they say that the person that was killed was a teenager. So Nana is still alive, but a lot of people were injured, and I just hope she's safe. And everybody else that we know in Alabama. So prayers to you guys. Um, so, yeah, that's very sad. It just came up on my feed. So sorry. Yes, I got a bra on today. I had to, this meeting, this 7 o'clock meeting. I can't even think straight because I've been up since 6 o'clock. I always stay up late, and then I had to get up at 6 o'clock this morning. And then, of course, I woke up at 4 thinking oh my God, I overslept. I missed the meeting. So I went back to sleep, got up at 6, did the coffee thing. And, oh, Tootsie's outside. She's probably going to bark to get it. Or she actually knocks on the door when she wants to come in. And here's Jake. He's all comfy in front of his heater. Yeah, I bought the heater for him. Yeah, that's what he thinks. So, it is really cold here. Really, really cold. Um, the front that came through yesterday did not bring snow to my location in Kansas, but everywhere else, the roads were icy and snow, but here it rained a lot, quite a bit, but it was just this cold, damp rain. It reminded me of Florida, because in Florida, when it's 40 degrees, it's cold because of the humidity, the dampness. So yesterday, when that rain was here, oh, it was cold. And then today, it is even colder. So that's the weather for today. So all you guys in the country that are being affected by the storm that passed by me yesterday, I'm so sorry. Yeah, just stay warm, stay in your house. It's National Spouse Day. So if you have a spouse, this would be a great day to warm up, have a nice hot cup of tea or coffee or a cocktail or whatever, and it's not a gift giving day. You don't go out and buy your spouse a gift. It's just a day to sit down with your spouse, spend some time with them, and enjoy each other, and just talk and let your spouse know how much you appreciate him or her. I mean, I don't have a spouse, but having a spouse apparently is a good thing. Um, okay. I'm okay with that one, but having one gives you a sense of comfort, someone that you'll have to communicate with, and gives you a little sense of security. And I'm guessing it's got to be the right spouse. But yeah. Moving on. Happy National Spouses Day. I'm going to pass today on that day. Yeah, not my thing. Just saying. I don't think I'll ever get married again. I just don't. Like, the guy would have to have He, 1 foot on the banana peel, lots of money, and me in the will. Just saying. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't dated in like, God, a couple of years now. Yeah. It's been a little bit of a dry spell. And, we're in a pandemic. Who am I going to date? We'll go out with our masks on. I won't see that, he has bad breath or whatever. So I had to get up this morning for this psychiatry meeting. See what I did yesterday? Look, guys, it's so pretty. I'm working on the dress. So I've almost got this section done, and then we'll hop over to here. We're gonna work on between her legs here, right here. So funny. Yeah, really interesting. Um, as she sits on the mushroom. I'm having way too much fun with that. Okay. So let's diamond paint. So guys, I haven't done my spiel this week. So if you are new to the channel or you're just watching, you just happen to find me, please consider subscribing. I post the morning show Monday through Sunday, so every single day. Sunday it's live, and I do all kinds of crafts. I'm totally into the yarn crafts right now. Not knitting, no, but crochet, loom knitting. I'm loving the crochet. I sit and crochet and watch TV. I just love it. Yeah, and ring the bell when you want to know if I have another video posted, because every now and then I'll do an unboxing, but to be honest with you, I have not since the Pink Friday. Well, no, that's not true. I ordered Alice in a Bottle. Okay, so Alice in the Bottle is the last one that I ordered. So I guess I do order paintings. I'm not on a no buy. It's just I have to really like what I see. Like when I saw Alice in a Bottle, it's right here because I want to do it next. Alice in the Bottle. Yeah, that's going to be next. Yep. So yesterday I was sitting here diamond painting, and I finished the book Where the Crawdad Sings. And my overall impression of the book, well, you need to come to book club so we can discuss it. But book club is a Zoom meeting that I do at 2 p.m. on Sundays. And the information for that is in the Facebook group, Crafting Journey Facebook group. And if there's a link down in the description if you want to join that. My hat is falling off. I made this hat so heavy that it's falling off. See, I made it way too big. But, trial and error with me. Boy, I'm really squirreling out today. That psychiatric meeting was super interesting. Super interesting. Like, they didn't talk about any specific cases or anything like that, but it was just interesting, I thought, I also thought it could be interesting later on in the morning. It didn't have to be interesting at 7 a.m. Oh, there's Tootsie. She wants in. Let's go let her in. Come on in. Oh, it's cold out there. Like I open the door and there's like this blast of cold air. So on the temperature blanket, I will get to go down to the lowest level. Yeah. I am not happy with my loom temperature blanket. I don't like the gauge that I'm using. So I'm seriously considering, because it's pretty much, with the exception of one day, it's all the same color. So I'm seriously thinking of putting, frogging it out and doing it on the S loom. I don't think it would take me long to catch up. Because, like I said, with the exception of one day, it's all the same color. Because I'm using increments of 20 degrees on that one. So, today in history, this day in history, it is what do they call it? In Australia, it is Australia Day. I don't think they call it National Australia Day, but I think it's just known as Australia Day. And this celebrates the founding of Australia. So what happened was, get your coffee. It's a long story. What happened was, this guy Cook from Britain, he goes over, I think it was like 1780, and he discovers Australia. And so he goes back to Britain, and he places the British flag and claims it for Australia, and he names it New South Wales. So he goes back to Britain, and I don't know who came up with this idea, but the British government decides they're going to send this poor captain, Arthur Phillip, to Australia, and he's going to turn it into a penal colony, an organized penal colony. So Britain is going to dump all their prisoners into Australia. So, poor Captain Phillip, I'm sure he's thinking, God, how did this happen to me? So, the instructions were, we know there's Aborigines there, because Cook had reported, there's Aboriginals there, please do not harm them. But we want you to take these prisoners and, work the land, start your farm, do some farming, and, blah, blah, blah. So he says, okay, can I have some farmers that will train them? And they're like, no. So he had some Marines to help. And these were not like hardened criminals. Like at the time in Britain, so you had to understand what was going on in Britain right now. They had just lost the American colonies in the British War, and so Britain was, they needed some more land. They needed some more stuff, more land. So they lost America. So they headed to Australia. But they were going to make it a penal colony. So these prisoners, like at the time, it was a capital offense to theft was a capital offense. Like you could be put to death for that. So golly, it was pretty strict. So the kind of criminals they sent were like people like gambling debts, people that, slept with the maid, just weird stuff. These were not hardened criminals. Like they didn't commit murders, maybe there were a few of those. But so to the tune of like 700 prisoners, 11 ships. So Captain Phillips takes the 11 ships. It takes 80 days because they have to go around Africa. And they lose quite a few men to disease on the voyage. And then they land in Australia. I was trying to think Tootsie's drinking water. It's distracting me. And see, Australia Day is very controversial because the Aboriginal people with Aboriginal heritage believe that, British landed and they just wiped out the Aboriginals. So, which is not quite accurate. I mean, it did happen over time, but, their instructions were don't harm these people. And what the instructions really meant was that the prisoners couldn't harm them. The Marines and Captain Phillips and all these, they could harm them if it was necessary. But it wasn't, for the first couple of years, 2 to 3 years, I would say, they attempted farming. This was really, the land was just so unfamiliar to all these people that they were on the brink of starvation for those first couple of years. Every now and then Britain would send a supply ship and then they would get some more food. but eventually they figured it out. They imported some merino sheep. They started sheep farming. The Aboriginals, though, they had this idea that any animal on their land was theirs. So they were like killing the sheep or taking the sheep. So this, I don't know, it just, and they went from, Phillips landed there in 1788, and in 72 years, they became a democracy and separate from Britain. And it only took 72 years. So that's quite remarkable. At some point they discover gold, and there's like a gold rush. And so eventually they are driving the Aboriginals off their land, as they're moving, westward over the continent. But, so the Australians celebrate this day, the day of the discovery, or the day of, Captain Phillips landing with his 11 ships and his prisoners, as the founding day of Australia. They called it New South Wales. It's where Captain Phillips and his men ended up. Actually, where they first landed is not where they built their colony. They actually decided they didn't want to build there, so they went up a ways and found a nice harbor. They built there. It's now known as Sydney. But that's where they ended up making their colony. So, I mean, it's really interesting stuff. I did a lot of research on it, and very, very interesting. Captain Phillips did not live there permanently. He eventually went back to Britain. Poor guy. I don't know what he did to deserve that that assignment. Wow. So it is an official holiday in Australia. So happy Australia Day if you're watching from. I know I have some Aussies out there, so happy Australia Day. And if I got any of that wrong, I am so sorry. I read it all last night. I'm kind of doing it from memory after my psychiatric meeting this morning, but I just found it really fascinating, very fascinating that Britain just thought they could just dump all their criminals in another place. Very, very funny. So that is this day in history. I know we always learn something, don't we? Yes, we do, Rebecca. Okay. I have all these colors. I got all the colors out to do this dress thinking, oh, it's just 3 or 4. And it ended up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 colors. So I had drills everywhere here. But that's okay. Oh, so I was going to tell you, last night I'm diamond painting, listening to the book, because I didn't finish that thought. And my overall impression was great book. I'm glad I stuck with it because of the book club. Because if it hadn't been for the book club, I would have put it down in part 1. I really would have. I would not have finished it. But I'm glad I did. Part 2 was wonderful. I don't know why part 1 was so freaking boring. Part 2 was great. And I loved the ending. Loved the ending. Now, Mickey said she cried. I didn't cry, but I was more tickled that I had guessed the ending. I told Mickey earlier in the day, I think this is how it's going to end. And she didn't say anything. So I called her later on. I was like, I was right. I need to write. I've always dreamed of being a writer. And so when I fell asleep last night in bed, I was thinking about what would I write about. I could write about Lewis. Where is he? Lewis, where are you? He's not out there today. He's cold. Lewis is cold wherever he is. Poor thing. I did see him yesterday. I was on the phone with Mickey, and he was in my front yard where I threw the old stale bread. I don't think it's still there, but he was there. So he waved, and I waved back. It's like, we have a relationship now, me and Lewis. You're gonna laugh. It's not the same squirrel, Rebecca. No, I don't know. I think it is the same squirrel. I think he lives here. He has like an orangish face, so maybe they all do. I don't know. I have no idea. And then Nareda has me watching PBS now. So I started watching, I think it's called All Creatures Great and Small, or Big and Tall, or something like that. It's a cute show. It's about these veterinarians, and this handsome veterinarian just out of vet school. Um, Very charming gentleman. And I'm sure there's a love story coming up in there somewhere. And then the other show on PBS I think it's called Scarlet and the Duke. She's a detective, a female detective, in a time where females were not detectives. They got married and that was it. So there's like a little murder mystery to, each show. So no, I'm not going to make it on the list, Cheryl. Cheryl's like, where's my list? Where's my PDF of the watch list? I haven't done it yet. I'll try to get to it. Probably tomorrow when I'm in the office. Once I have all my work done, I will try to put the television watch list in PDF form. But I may add those 2 PBS shows. I will find out the official name for the Big and Tall show. Or Nareda's going to tell me in the comments. Oh, God. My memory is terrible, isn't it? Getting old sucks. This is so beautiful. And it's so nice to be color blocking. I can't even tell you. That confetti mess, I'm going to finish it someday. I'm looking at it. It's so beautiful. You don't know what I'm looking at. Look. That mess of confetti that I work on the weekends is hanging over the chair over there. Oh, y'all are seeing my dirty craft room. Uh-oh. There it is. See? Oh, it's so beautiful. It still has a bunch of holes in it. I gotta fill in. But yeah, I know I gotta clean the craft room. I know. There's Jake. He hasn't moved an inch since the show started. Not an inch. Well, what did I do with the camera here? Okay. So I just got a notification. I think we're going to have a really cool guest this weekend. She said, yes, she's going to be on the show. I have to like confirm the date if she's available this weekend or next weekend. I had said I was going to try to get Crashly. Crashly will be on Craft With Me Wednesday, not tomorrow, but the following week, where we're going to talk about crochet. But the Sunday live guest, oh, you guys are going to love it. You're going to love it. So if I can pin her down to a specific date, hopefully this weekend. If not, it'll be the following weekend. I'm not going to tell you who it is until I get her pinned down to a date, because she just responded to me. So I hope you guys are going to stay warm during this storm. I know it's headed east, the snow. Maybe I'm getting my second wind. But after that meeting, I just wanted to go lay down. Jake was running into the bedroom like, come on, we're going back to bed. And I'm like, no. In fact, I still have a bunch of work to do. So I'm going to, get the show rendered and get him back in my office and get my work done. And then maybe I'll be able to take a nap. I don't know. I am tired. But, I'm always tired. So... And tonight, I can watch The Bachelor because I recorded it from last night. I know you guys do not care about The Bachelor. It's not on the watch list, but he's just so adorable. Like, you just want to pinch his cheeks. Yeah, he's adorable. So I need to I ordered the next book club book, which is J.D. Robb's Naked in Death. So that hasn't come in. So now I'm started reading one of those, knee rubbing books, paranormal erotic fiction, which I love. So it's about this demigod who finds this girl who's magical, but she's trying to hide the fact that she's magical. And that's as far as I've gotten. But I have a feeling there's going to be some knee knocking between the two of them soon. So I was reading that last night. What is it called, Rebecca? We want to know. Okay, let me find it. Uh, I could hear you asking. It's called Sin and Chocolate. What could be better? Like my two favorite things. I'm just quoting her. She says, Mother Trucker Biscuit Fucker. Oh my God. This is a good book. That's her quote in chapter 4. Anywho, I learned a new word yesterday. Now I got to find it. I got to find this word because it was, I'd never heard it before. Let me find the word. Egalitarianism. 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 What does that mean? It means, and this is what they practice in, Captain Phillips with the prisoners and the Marines, and they practice egalitarianism, which means everybody's equal. Nobody has more power than anybody else, except for Captain Phillips. Everybody is equal. I like that. So that's how they got along when they started the colonies in Australia. Egalitarianism. Let me see if I can get the official definition, if I can spell it. Oh, here, I looked it up. Hold on, here it is. The doctrine that all people are equal and deserve equal rights and opportunities. Didn't matter if you were a criminal. Everybody was equal. Slate was wiped clean. And I don't know if Britain ever sent any more prisoners over there. Eventually, colonists came. Just regular people that wanted to live in Australia. They came, especially around the gold rush time. But I don't know if they sent any more prisoners over there. That kind of failed. The penal colony idea failed miserably. So that's our new word for today, egalitarianism. Is it the same as socialism? Let's find out. Social ownership of means of production is sometimes considered to be a form of economic egalitarianism because in an economy characterized by social ownership, the surplus product generated by industry would accrue to the population as a whole as opposed to a class of private owners. Interesting. So socialism is a form of economic egalitarianism. I get it. So, like, everybody shares the wealth. Okay, interesting. So we learned a new word today. I'm not going to use it in a sentence. Well, I can. Captain Phillips promoted egalitarianism I just butchered that word, in the colonies when he landed in Australia. I don't know when they named it Australia. I don't know. Man, I'm tired. I'm yammering on and on. On and on. I haven't sang today. I have to sing. No, I don't. All right, guys. It is Tuesday. And I am going to go to work. Gotta go to work. I actually have to go into the office. I didn't find my keys. I looked in the car where I said I was going to look. Didn't find them. Now, I'm not talking about the car keys. I knew where the car keys were. They were here on the craft table. Got the car keys. But the badge and the keys, can't find it. So I'm going to go in the office today, pick up the packets that I need for the meeting, and then hopefully the door to the meeting room is open. If it's not, I will call security, get them to open it without a badge. I'm going to look again today. I will find this damn thing. There's some more coats that I need to look into. Maybe they're in one of the coats. Yeah. I don't want to have to go get a new one because I think they charge you like $25. But yeah, it's not so much the badge I'm concerned with as the key to the office. Because I don't even know how I would get another one. I would probably have to requisition another one. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. Guys, have a great Tuesday. Please let your spouse know how much you appreciate them. You know, bake them something. I don't know. You don't get them a gift. Just spend time with them. Give them a hug. You know, watch your favorite TV show together. Maybe cook dinner together. That's always fun. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.